Hello guys, and welcome to another update of all the Squashy grapes. So we are making this update today because we are kind of unsure about the future of our Squashy grapes, because our boss will be going on a pretty long vacation. It's the longest vacation he's ever been on in like 6 years. It will last 40 days, and a lot of stuff can happen in 40 days. We're just gonna say that. For example, last summer, two of us got our insides eaten out by ants, and the red berries got infested with mites, and a bunch of stuff happened. A cockroach took a bite out of one of the Chubby grapes. Yeah, so we don't know which ones of us will still be alive or dead by the end of this vacation, so we want to give all of the grapes a chance to speak one last time. Hopefully not one last time. But we do have a plan to hopefully make this trip more safe for all of us. And that would be, we'll all be going into a airtight plastic container. Maybe not one airtight container, maybe it will take multiple. But, and we will also be in a dry place in front of the sun, because we don't want us to get we don't want to end up like the Squashy grapes right now, inside of a dark musty box where all of them have started to bleed Ebola and bleed their insides out. And we do have a few candidates that will be going on the trip, and one of them is Squashy grape number 9. Another one is one of the Chubby grapes, or it could be Squashy grape number 3, or Squashy grape number 8, or one of the dry grapes. So yeah, time for the video. So I am Squashy grape number 1, and I always get to be the first to update. But anyways, I've been pretty sad inside of that dark container, because it smells really bad. Like, you would not want to imagine the smell of 12 grapes stuck in a container, slowly dying in the dark and getting their blood absorbed by a nasty paper tissue. But I'm really excited to go into the plastic container, because it's going to be bright, and it's going to be the complete opposite of the container that we were all in. We are the 2 replacements for Squashy grape number 2, because if you didn't know, he got lost around 2.5 years ago, and since then I first replaced him, and then I also came, so now there's just 2 of us. But anyways, we like rain, and we're pretty happy because it has been raining a lot, especially in the past week. But we're sad that we haven't gotten to make a single video about it, because every other year around this time in spring, we've gotten to make several videos about the rain and of us just enjoying it. So yeah. I am Squashy grape number 3, and I like cardboard. So I've been pretty happy that our boss has been getting a lot of cardboard recently. Like, he got a massive cardboard box yesterday, and last week he got at least like 3 boxes. They were all pretty small, but sadly I didn't get to see any of them. They were all from rumors that spread across the Squashy grapes. But I have been happy that we've gotten to live inside of a cardboard box. Even though the other grapes may not like it, I'm really happy about it. And of course, I'm just happy to be alive after the ants picked out my insides. I still bleed a little bit, but I don't bleed that much because, well, there's just not much left of me. I'm just skin wrapped around paper. And the other grapes are also bleeding, but I gotta brag that I don't bleed as much, at least. So yeah. Hello, I am Squashy grape number 4, and I like gourds. So the other grapes have been kind of liking me because, well, I don't bleed like them, because I, like Squishy number 3, am pretty small after getting my inside squashed by a book many years past, and I've also bled out most of my insides, as you can see by this piece of tape, this ancient piece of tape that used to cover an open wound that I had when I was just a few months old. But yeah, I've also been pretty disappointed that I didn't get to see any new gourds, because as our boss said, there aren't many new gourds being planted. All the gourds that we currently have are from many years ago. I am Squishy Grape number 5, and I like caps. So I've been pretty sad living in that box because, well, there wasn't much free space. Like, we could probably move forward like a centimeter, and then we'd be crashing into another grape. And that also unfortunately meant that there was no space for me to fit my cap collection in. So it's been pretty much like a prison for me, where I've been locked away from all of my amazing possessions. But I look forward to being in the new plastic containers, because though I don't know what they look like, they definitely have to be more spacious than the cardboard box that we were all trapped inside, because nothing can be more cramped than that. And I will definitely tell my boss to bring me several caps, so I can live for another 40 days with my beautiful caps. I am Squishy Grape number 6, and I like water. So I've been pretty unpopular among the other grapes because they're all blaming me that they're bleeding so much. They're blaming me about all the stains on the paper tissue, on the tissue paper, because they're just losing all their internal fluids. And they're blaming me because I like water, and I don't know why. Like, I understand that water is the cause that we're all so deformed, so tiny, and that we're just wasting away. But still, it's just pretty sad. I'm also kind of sad that we're going to be in a dry and hot plastic container for the next 40 days. But I understand that it's needed for our survival. And yeah, I just, it's been pretty sad for me. I am Squishy Grape number 7, and I like recycle bins. So since last update, I've been in the recycle bin with my friend Squishy Grape number 8. I've gone in one twice, and we went searching for some treasures in the recycle bin. But unfortunately, since the first trip, something's happened to me, and I'm now bleeding the most out of all the grapes. Like, everywhere I sit down when I go to sleep for the night, there's just a massive puddle of brown liquid under me, and it stays wet for a while, and I have to move around so that I don't drown in my own internal fluids. I am Squishy Grape number 8, and as my friend Squishy Grape number 7 said, we went in the recycle bin, we found a bunch of treasures. It was really nice. I found some like 5-year-old objects in there. But yeah, I like old things, if you couldn't tell. But I'm also kind of concerned that we're all getting old. We're all rotting away slowly. We might not make it another 5 years without turning into like just skin. And we probably won't, because, well, because like our boss can't take us everywhere, and we might just end up getting thrown away one day. But we're kind of concerned because we're losing weight, and we're doing that quickly, and that's mainly started when we all moved into the cardboard box. And our boss weighed us, and we weigh like 2 grams. And an average grape weighs like 8 to 10 grams, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I'm worried about our futures. Hello, I am Squashy Grape number 9, and I've made a friendship since the last update. I've become friends with Squashy Grape number 3, and he'll tell us more about that later. But yeah, I've started to bleed, though I'm not bleeding that much, but I'm still bleeding, and that has not happened in over a year and a half. And I've always been known as the driest, toughest, and hardest grape, and also the biggest one, weighing like almost 3 grams. And I've never bled, and that's been my proudest thing, because I've never bled and I've always been the biggest grape. But that cardboard box just does evil things to us. So yeah. And if you didn't know, I'm one of the candidates to go on the trip, and I'm really hoping to go on the trip with Squashy Grape number 3. I am Squashy Grape number 10, and I like my boss's channel, specifically his first channel called The Ultimate Human Person, and that channel has been doing pretty well. Since the last update, only one video has blown up, and that video got like 100,000 views. Didn't give him many subs, only like 200 or so. And his like 3 videos that were popular since the last update are still popular now, and they're still giving him the majority of his subscribers. And he passed 25,000, which is pretty nice. I am Squashy Grape number 11, and I like pencils. So I've been pretty devastated because, well, a bunch of pencils got lost since the last update, because 2 bundles of pencils were given away on 2 separate occasions. They were both they were both given away at a nursing home when we had to give pencils so the elderlies could fill out a survey, and basically none of the pencils got returned back. So we've lost a bunch of pencils from like 10 years ago, and I've basically grown up with them in my 4-year-old life. So yeah, that's been pretty sad for me. I am Squashy Grape Senior, and I like bubbles. So I am slightly disappointed because even though our boss promised during the last vacation that he would make a bubble maker, he didn't really do that. And even though he owns a 3D printer now that he got like 2 months ago, he still didn't make it. But in a way, he did actually make it, because for the hard and eggplant grapes engine project, he actually made a little discovery. So let me go to the thing. So here it is. The whole thing actually doesn't produce many bubbles, but only this part produces bubbles, the part in front of me. And it's not very easy to take that part off right now, so I just won't. But anyways, he put body wash as a lubricant inside of there, and when he spins it around, it still smells like body wash. But however, when he combines it with water, it makes bubbles, and it actually works. So if you could spin, if you could spin the wheels, then this thing actually slides past, and while air is being blown into there, it actually makes bubbles, and that's been pretty cool for me. I am Squashy Grape Jr., and I am the founder of basically the Squashy Grape prayer system, and I've been pretty sad that for the past few months our channel has not uploaded much except for the prayers. and the prayers were mostly just false promises that we would upload more YouTube videos, but we didn't. And so me and the other Squashy Grape gods have decided that we would stop uploading Minecraft content to this channel, and that's pretty disappointing because it's definitely helped a lot more people know about the Squashy Grapes, but it's doing more harm than good at this point, as our Squashy Grape culture is falling apart and we're starting to get forgotten about. But yeah, so I'm kind of glad that they finally moved the Minecraft content to the Brab channel where it should belong, and we can now begin uploading more unique Squashy Grape content to our channel. But during the vacation, there will be no Squashy Grape prayers. I will have to do them without uploading them to YouTube, but yeah. We are the Squishy Peanuts. I'm number 1, I'm number 2, and here are all of our other peanuts that we've amassed. These 6 of them were the originals, and the other 7, it used to be 8, were new ones. But yeah, we're pretty excited. We're waiting for our boss's new movie to come out. For our boss's new movie plan to come out, because he has said to us that the next movie he would make would be for us. It would be the Squishy Peanuts Earthquake movie. But we don't know when he will actually start that. Probably after the trip, but maybe not. So yeah, we've just been waiting. And in case you're wondering, this is where us two have been living, along with the other characters from Cap Island. And if you didn't know, we were also in Cap Island, and these cranberries and that grape were also in Cap Island. I mean, not that one. That one's just there because it is. But yeah, they're still alive, and they've still been living with all of these Cap Island props. So yeah. Hello, I am Squashy Grape number 1, and I like pillows. So I do have some news, though you might not know about it. There has been this blue bathrobe that's not exactly a pillow, but I still treat it as one. And I've had it since forever, and it's been one of the major pillows or bathrobes that I've been going into. And recently it has been donated, and I've had it my whole life basically. So yeah, that's been pretty sad. But we did get another black bathrobe, and it feels a lot different than the blue bathrobe, but it'll have to do. I am Squashy Grape number 2, and I like warmness. So recently since we got a 3D printer, the eggplant grape and hard grape have never stopped talking about it. And what I've realized from what they've been saying is that 3D printers are pretty warm, and especially the hot plate, which is at the perfect temperature, 70 degrees Celsius. However, our boss has never let me go onto the hot plate because he says it might hurt me. But it's pretty sad because our boss will most likely never 3D print in the next 3 days before he goes on the trip, and I won't have my chance to feel the warmness. I am Squashy Grape number 3, and I like big spaces. So before I talk about my new discovery, I want to tell you about my health. So I have bled the most out of all the Squashy Grapes, but that's not really much because I've only bled a tiny bit, maybe as much as one of the smallest Squashy Grapes in there. But still, I've bled the most. But anyways, recently I've discovered that the sky was big. I know, right? That's a very groundbreaking discovery. But yeah, that has helped me build a friendship with Squashy number 9, who loves flying, and I now really want to go into an airplane with him, and I know that there will be an opportunity to do that in a couple of days when our boss will leave on a vacation, and that is why I have become a candidate to go on the vacation. But I just have to hope that our boss allows 2 grapes to go, because otherwise I won't get to go with my friend Squashy number 9. I am Squashy number 4, and I like rocks. So I feel pretty abandoned and neglected because our boss never lets me have any more rocks for my rock collection. And he says that I have way too many rocks, which is not true. Like, even though my rock collection is getting pretty heavy, and I have enough rocks to line up from that end of the room to the other end, it's still not enough. There's never enough rocks. And our boss even found some really rare rocks. He stole the mineral galena and mica from his science lab. He stole some of them, but he never gave it to me, and that just broke my heart. So I just had to do with my current rock collection, which I am getting bored of already. I am Squashy number 5, and I like bottle caps. So, if you didn't know, I've been keeping a milk bottle cap collection, but however, there hasn't been any new milk bottle caps recently because, well, our boss just couldn't find any more, I guess. I don't know the true reason why, but I guess it's probably because of that. In fact, the collection's actually been getting smaller as our boss is beginning to use the milk bottle caps for other purposes instead of leaving them in a pile where I can admire them every day, and that's pretty sad. But I hope there will be more bottle caps when we go in the plastic containers for the next 40 days. Hello, and we are the 2 dark grapes, Squashy number 6 and number 7. So, since the last update, we've had a chance to go in the crawl space. Actually, that was like 2 weeks ago, and that was when we got to fill up some spaces in the crawl space, some holes, and we really enjoyed that. It was really fun because it meant that the crawl space would receive less light and it would look darker. And we've also had a chance to go in the white cardboard box that all the Squiddy Grapes have been living in, and it's been pretty nice. It's pretty similar to the dark challenges that we've been having in the past, except it smells a lot worse. It's really wet inside, and we can just smell death happening everywhere. But it's still pretty dark, and during the vacation, we are going to bring cover with us so we can be in the dark for longer, because it will be pretty bright throughout the day. Hello, I am Squashy Berry. I am Big Berry. So, I've been awaiting for our boss to start the new Squashy Berry movie, even though it is pretty low on his priorities for movies. But, he already started part of it, like, 3 years ago, and he just gave up, basically. So we hope that will give him a start to the movie. But, I've actually partnered with Big Berry, which is one of the first red berries to get discovered and brought home by our boss back in, like, November 2019. And, he has been lost for 4 years until he was uncovered last October 3rd, which is the same day that a huge tragedy happened with the grape and cheese in the cups. But Yeah, we're waiting for our boss to start making plans for the movie, which he has not started yet. And we plan for it to be a documentary about how we struggled to survive, how the past lives and the past lives of all the red berries, how they have evolved into squashy berries, and how I have struggled making friends with the squashy grapes, and just all of our struggles in the past. It's going to be pretty much like the Grape and Cheese in a Cup documentary, so we're excited for that. Hello, and we are the two Soham grapes. So we have some pretty exciting news. We've actually been able to contact Soham, who is the person who supplied the grapes to our boss and allowed him to turn us into Soham grapes. And yeah, we reminded him that he gave us to our boss, and he actually remembered that, but sadly he didn't have a chance to give any more grapes. But anyways, we've been enjoying nature, and in the winter it's been pretty hellish for us. Our only source of happiness that was keeping us sane was a small green cap, and even that green cap it got lost to time, but we're just glad that in the outside everything's turning green, and that we'll be able to enjoy nature for the next 40 days inside of a plastic cup. We also, by the way, here Soham grape number 3, and he's been having like some identity issues. He sometimes confuses himself for a Chubby grape, but we always remind him that he's a Soham grape. So yeah. Hello, we are the first 4 Chubby grapes. I'm 1, 2, 3, and I'm 4. So we have been pretty happy, but for a pretty strange reason. So since the last update, our boss's door handles have been falling off. First the left one, and now the right one's also pretty unstable. And that's actually been because we've been hanging so much stuff off of them. But luckily, because they're falling off, we've stopped hanging stuff off of them, and one of the biggest objects on it was actually a massive foam green beans cutout model thingy, and now that it can't be hanging off the door handle, it's now lying on a shelf just 2 shelves below us, and we've had pretty easy access to it. And yeah, it's been a lot of green stuff for us. Also, if you couldn't tell, we like green things, so do the Soham grapes. Hello, I am Long Grape, and I am Chubby grape number 5. So, we've made friends with each other, and we've also made friends with Hard and Eggplant grape, because what they're doing has highly interested us. And as usual, we've been also staying together with the other Chubby grapes and just enjoying the green stuff. Hello, I'm Chubby grape number 6, and I believe that I like making this channel more popular. I started out with liking music, but then I just went to liking anything that gives this channel views that isn't related to Squishy Grapes content. But yeah, I've been staying inside of my my tissue paper house, because I just like it, and I've been pretty separated from all the other Chubby grapes. But yeah, basically I am responsible for this channel having so many subscribers. Otherwise it would probably only have like 2 at this point. And I'm also responsible for our boss's uploads of Minecraft. I've actually had some Minecraft uploads on this channel in like 2022, but they've only started actually giving this channel subs this year and a little bit of last year, and I've been pretty happy. But I've also been very disappointed that the gods have decided that we should stop uploading Minecraft content to this channel. I've argued with them, but there's just too many of the gods and too little of me. And so yeah, I'm unsure if the channel will continue gaining as many subs, and we might just become forgotten to the outside world. But yeah, all the other grapes are happy about this change, but I am really sad about it. Hello, we are the 3 Squishy Raisins. I'm number 1, I'm number 2, and I'm number 3. So, in case you haven't been watching this channel, Squishy Raisin number 2 has actually gotten injured by a magnet accident with 2 neodymium magnets around 10 months ago, and it still hurts me every day, and I'm in poor health because of that. And the other 2 Squishy Raisins have been taunting me by using the same neodymium magnets and doing their experiments with that. And they have something to say about that. So we have discovered a new use for the powerful neodymium magnets. So let's say you wanted to thread a thin string through a very, very long tube. How would you do that? Well, it would be impossible to just manually push the string into the tube because it's too long. So what you do is you put a needle on the end of the string, you grab one of the powerful magnets, and then you just simply drag the magnet across the tube, and it will thread the string for you. And that's what we've been doing. And it's really upset Squishy Raisin number 2, but it's been pretty fun for us. Hello, and I am Squishy Fig, and I am Squishy Orange, the god. And we've been basically become friends, as we said in the last video. And what we've been doing is we've been searching for some containers that we just go into and just hide in there, kind of similar to what I used to do when I was first found. We've been enjoying just being alone in a dark container, and occasionally the oranges did come up to me and like do a prank or something, or they would come and like do a sort of Squishy Orange prayers, except the prayers were different every time, unlike the Squishy Grape and Squashy Grape prayers. But it just didn't feel that normal. Like, it didn't feel sincere. It's like they've forgotten about me. It's like I don't belong. And yeah, so we've just been bonding together over the fact that we're different from all the other Squishy Grapes and Squishy Oranges and peanuts and everything. Also, by the way, we wanted to show you the Raisels. So our boss got them around 4 months ago, we think, and he's eaten quite a lot of them, but he just stopped eating once he realized that he could have made these into Squishy Grapes, except he didn't make them into Squishy Grapes. And now there's just like a dozen Raisels inside of there. But the good thing about them is that they've been processed, so they won't ever rot. But we don't know what to do with them. They aren't actual Squishy Grapes yet, so like they haven't been given a personality yet. For now, they're just sitting there and taking up space. So yeah. Hello, and we are the 3 Squishy Mulberries, and we can't even be on the peanut tin can because we just have so much to show you. So here's our complete collection of cups, of cupcake cups, or like any dessert cups, Reese's cups. And it's gotten so big that like we probably own as much as like the Squashy Grape number 5 and his entire milk cap collection. In fact, our collection probably takes up more space when all the cups are all laid out. But anyways, we've gotten 3 new cups like last week, and we plan to take those 3 cups to the plastic containers, if they're big enough at least, and we can separate our 3 mulberry bodies into 3 cups like we used to do. So yeah. Hello, and we are the Squashy Grape number 2 and number 3 replacement grapes, and we have mostly failed because Squashy Grape number 3 was found, and Squashy Grape number 2 has been replaced already by these 2 grapes before we ever got to become enough like him, and plus we do not look like any of the Squashy Grapes at all. But anyways, so in our last update we were talking about making a video, being part of a movie, and we have decided that we would be part of a movie with the Squishy Peanuts, and we really hope that the Squishy Peanut movie won't be like one of those green screen movies, so we can get some live action instead of just being on a green screen, because that's really boring. And we really hope that the Raisels can also be part of the movie once they become real Squishy Grapes, which we don't know if that will ever happen, because our boss never intended to make the Raisel into Squishy Grapes. He intended to eat them as a snack, but he just never finished them. So yeah. Hello, and we are the dried up grapes. We've been living inside of this cup with an additional 2 cups on top of us, and we've actually stolen the green cap that the Chubby grapes were going crazy about. The Soham grapes were going crazy about, and yeah, we've been pretty mysterious according to the other grapes, because they kind of hate us. Every time we go out of our containers to go talk to them, they don't feel good about it, and it just makes us really depressed. Every time we go out, it makes us more and more depressed. They won't ever understand the pain that we're going through. They keep on saying that all we talk about is the deaths of the Grape and Cheese in the Cups history, and how all the squishy Mulberries cups were thrown away. But it's true. All of that is real things that happened. They're all real tragedies that occurred, and they just won't understand. Hello, and we are the Squishy Oranges, and we like cups. So we've been keeping this really big secret from the Squishy Grape number 5 and Squashy Grape number 5, and that is just how many caps we've been getting, or as we could also call it, how many cups we've been getting, because every cup needs a cap, if you didn't know. But just all of these cups, with the exception of these and those cups, were all gotten since the last update on December 31st, 2023, which is pretty insane. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cups, and like a bunch of caps, even though like 3 of the caps were used for different purposes. 2 of them were over there. But yeah, it doesn't matter, because in a few days all the grapes will find out about our caps, because they will be hiding in our very own plastic cups that we have found, and we're pretty proud about that. And we are very excited about the next vacation, because we will be able to stay inside of these cups, and if we're lucky, one of us might even become another candidate to go on the vacation, because we've never been on any vacations before, and we know that our boss is looking for some grapes or oranges that haven't went on vacations yet. And yeah, we're excited for it because we get to be inside of cups, and the other grapes are excited because they get to be in a different place. So yeah. Hello, we are the Grape and Cheese in a Cups, and we are addicted to our own past and our own histories because we've all been through really tough battles to become Grape and Cheese in a Cups. And we've become friends with the dry grapes because they've definitely helped us relieve a lot of pain from the October 3rd tragedy. If you didn't know what that was, that is basically the day when our cabinet over there was raided for the first time in many years. During the period between the period of peace, when our cabinet has not been raided, that's when all the Squashy Grape stuff has happened. And we've grown up inside of that cabinet. All of our previous bed sheets stained with our internal fluids that have drained out when we were really small. They were all inside of there, and during the raid they were all thrown away, along with a bunch of other artifacts from the early history of the Squashy Grapes. And we've also become friends with the first grape that was the first attempt to make Squashy Grape Jr., because he went through a very similar fate to us when he was getting created, and that was but it was for an entirely different reason. You see, we became so dried up and small like this because we took so many baths. Like, we took daily baths. But the first attempt at making Squashy Grape Jr., he became small because he was just neglected. He was left out for the maggots and flies to eat him up. And once our boss discovered that there were like 10 maggots inside of him, it was too late. He took his final bath, and after that, he was basically like as small as one of us. So yeah. Speaking of the Squashy Grape Juniors, here we are. I am the first attempt, and I am the second attempt. Both of us have not changed much since the previous update. But yeah, as you can see, when you don't neglect a grape during its early phases, you will end up with a much more complete looking grape. And I was a pretty big success because I've taken multiple soap baths, and I took one for 24 hours straight, which is pretty crazy, and I still look like a grape. Meanwhile, I've just been left out, and I look like a piece of poop, maybe a dried up leaf. But yeah, we've made friends with Raisel, and I don't think any of the other grapes actually know about Raisel, because we're kind of separated from the other grapes. Maybe the oranges know about Squashy, no, maybe the Squishy oranges know about this Raisel, but he is actually the only Raisel that was given a personality. And we're pretty sure that he likes what we like, and we don't like anything yet. But he definitely has a personality like us, and he will be part of the next Squashy Grape updates, so yeah. And finally, I am Hard Grape and I am Eggplant Grape. So today we will be showing you our full journey in making a fully working car. So if you didn't know, we like technology, and so yeah, we've been started doing this project ever since our boss found us, basically. Actually, our boss has been doing this before he found us, but we took over the project when he found us in around September of last year, and the first thing he made was that. And that was like a traditional steam engine design with like one cylinder, and it was kind of like the modern design of pistons, modern and compact design, and it did not work for some reason. Oh yeah, also this thing used to be on top of it. It did not work because it took too much energy to open the valve, and it could never spin. And here's our second design. It actually took a lot more than just this, what you're looking at, to make this. It took all of this to make this because our 3D printers are not very good, and because we are kind of stupid. Basically, it's like that, except it's much easier to open the air valve because it's connected directly to the crankshaft instead of the valve being opened by the piston itself. And that made this engine pretty successful, and it actually ran, and it runs pretty fast. If you can show you a clip of it. However, it could never run for that long. The longest we've gotten it to run for is like 1 second, and plus we only got it to run while it was facing vertically. For some reason, it would never move forward when it was on the ground like this. We've tried different wheel sizes, and we found that a big wheel size in the front of the car made it move the most. And by the most, we mean like it edges forward by 1 centimeter instead of by 1 millimeter. So we gave up on this design, even though it was so good and promising. And now we're switching to this new design. And it probably might not be finished because we ordered 2 bearings online, and it's taking forever to ship, and it's going to be shipped on the day before our boss has to leave, and we have to work on this with the help of our boss, and if our boss leaves, then we won't have help. But basically, this is a low powered, low temperature differential Stirling engine that can actually run for over 1 second, except it probably has less power than this engine that we're on top of right now, and it's much heavier, but at least it can run for over 1 second, which already makes that 1,000 times better than this. So yeah, basically once our boss gets this to run, which he might not, but he might not within the next 3 days, but he probably will sometime, he'll put this on a car, and if the car finally works, then we'll make our video about it, and then we'll finish our first major project. But don't worry, we have a lot of more big projects coming soon. So yeah. And finally, we are the Red Berries, and we just like being with each other, and we like our families. If you didn't know, there's 12 families, perfect for this egg carton. And yeah, we're kind of nervous about the next vacation because we were attacked by an infestation of mites the last summer, and it definitely did a number on us, and we could only come back to our old egg carton like 2 months ago or something. And yeah, we're kind of nervous because we do not know how we're going to be secured. We probably will have to be in a big, massive plastic container, but we don't know if there's any of those. But yeah, families number 11 and 12 still haven't made videos yet, and we are really hoping that we can be in a video soon, because the previous 10 families have all had videos made of them throughout like 4 years. So yeah, we might make a video sometime after the vacation when our boss goes somewhere with us. Actually, we probably will. So to conclude today's update video, we will tell you what will happen in the next few days. So we will upload our prayers as usual, and then we will upload another update video once we get everything figured out. Like once we get all the plastic containers set up, and once we have decided on who will actually go on the vacation and how they will be shipped and everything. And then our channel will fall mostly silent for the next 40 days. And then when we come back, of course it will take a while to edit the vlog, but the vlog may not be as long as the last one because our boss will not be filming as much. So yeah, anyways, see you next time and bye.